All right, hello, welcome back to RV Knowledge Group. So I'm going to replace the toilet flange seal, which is down right here where the bowl meets the base. There's some videos where some models you can do this from the top and pull the seal out. Listen, I tried. That's not happening. All right. So the easiest thing I figured, this is actually very easy to take off the its seat there. Just two bolts, just unscrew those and you pull the whole toilet right off. You unscrew that water connection right there. Boom. Easy to get off. Now the problem is you'll see some videos will say just turn the toilet top. Now there are, you can see them in there, that little tab there, that's to lock the toilet down when you turn it. However, this is the model 42073. It's the style too low. Let me see if I can get a picture of that down there. Okay. So, it's got these screws, and I'm going to show you one. I'm working on the ground here, so it's not the easiest thing. So this is, I got a thunderstorm coming through. This is one of the screws, and it goes in right here. And you can see it's pretty long, and it holds the toilet to the base unit. So you have to get these out before you can turn the toilet to get to the flange. So that's what I'm working on now. And of course, it is not easy. They give you absolutely no room to get in here. I'm hoping that I can get this screwdriver in here because, I'll be honest, I don't exactly have the proper tools for this kind of stuff. I should have a 90-degree ratchet head that will flex, turn when I need it to. Car mechanics have that kind of stuff. I have yet to buy one. Haven't had a lot of uses for it, but today would be one of them. So I'm going to try this little stubby screwdriver. I was using this. Oh, there we go. I was using this, but there's not a lot of room to turn it. So this might be the easiest way. While it's a slow and laborious process, I'm hoping it'll work. And then once we get this screw out of there, all right, let's see, maybe we'll go back to this thing. Once we get this screw out, we can take the toilet top off and get busy here. Of course, I don't really want to take this pipe off because I don't really feel like putting it back on. And then usually what happens is you develop a leak after something like that, and it makes your job even harder. Now, unfortunately, this screw here is not one of those like, hey, once you get it a little loose, it's going to come out. This thing is in there. I hate to waste your time on the video, but to kind of show you what you have to go through with some of these toilet fixes. Now, I did take this toilet off and replace the actual seal at the bottom last time, but apparently when I replaced the toilet flange seal, or between the bowl and the flusher, whatever you want to call that, I must not have gotten it on there quite right. And there was always a little gap. All right, we got this loose now. There was always a little gap when we flushed it, and it was letting sewer gas up and drain flies that we got, wherever we were, the campground we were at. So it's not something that you can let go. The sewer gas smell is pretty bad. I'm going to move this back a little bit. All right, so now we got to turn this bowl. Okay, you saw that turned pretty easily once those screws are out. And you pull this off and just set it down here. And then we have the seal that we're talking about. Now the seal looks like it's in the perfect position, but it was, let's see if we got that on camera. Yeah. It was not lining up when we flushed. So I don't know if I'm imagining that when I twisted the bowl to put it on, that it changed in alignment a little bit. So we're going to try this again. So we put it on. And we twist. Let's see if we're locked in back here. We're locked in. And if you can see that it looks a little off. It's a little off on the one side compared to the other. And that could be a huge difference. So we got to keep working with it until we get it right. Bit of water on the floor. We'll get that up. I'm not so worried about that. But let's see where we can put this. And by the way, I've ripped so many pairs of gloves trying to do this that I'm not too worried about it right now. So we're going to try to get this. You can see, all right. Get this flange or the seal lined up right. Now, if you do not have everything lined up correctly, the screws won't go into the back. So you have to line everything up correctly, get it all to work, as well as getting that flange seated correctly. So I'm going to work on this for a little while, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. All right, so we're back with RV Knowledge Group. So, okay, now you can see I've gotten this seal lined up where it's pretty much even all around. All right, and I can see the holes for those bolts. So it's a matter of kind of watching it through the top as you're playing with the bottom and making sure you get those two holes right there lined up with the screw holes, and I can see the screw holes. So now we're going to tighten it down, and then we're going to mount it back on the toilet flange there, which isn't a big deal. It's something, you know, it's just like a household toilet, so you can watch pretty much any video on that. And then we're going to put it back, and hopefully it should work. All right, so we're back. All right, so we got the toilet bowl back on. We didn't need any new flanges on the bottom, rubber gaskets, whatever you want to call them. So like I said, this is just like a household toilet. Just line up those bolts. You can turn the toilet a little bit if you need to. You want to put some weight on it to get it to sit. And the big thing is, this is actually a plastic base, but if you're doing this at home, these are porcelain, and you don't want to crack them, so you don't want to over tighten these bolts. Like I said, this is plastic, not the danger here. However, this top part, this is porcelain. So when you're tightening those bolts in the back that I said were a pain, you don't want to over tighten those or you will crack the porcelain. Obviously, we don't want to over tighten these either, but not so much danger if you crack plastic. Now, this is not a super easy job. It's made a little harder if you don't have the right tools, but this is RVing. You use what you have. You might not be able to get stuff. It might be a Sunday night and something happens to your toilet and all the stores are closed and you need to fix something. So hey, if this is the only wrench you have, so be it. If this is the only wrench you have, so be it. Make it work. You know, we're working in close quarters. You have to fix stuff. There's no excuses. Get it done. Do whatever you have to get it fixed. And so we're going to look in the inside and we'll see that toilet gasket looks nice and even. And then we close that. It should hold water. So anyway, all right, so that kind of goes over a couple things of how to replace that model toilet on, you know, pull it on off the base and then put it back on. And once you pull those bolts off, by the way, the whole thing, unhook that water line in the back. It's hard to see back there. It is. Just unhook that water line. Whole toilet pulls right off. So then when you need to replace this gasket, you just worry about this stuff back here. And that's what I was showing you. And then when you put it back on, just make sure you reconnect that water line. Other than that, it's a simple fix. It just takes time, and you're in cramped quarters, so it's a pain in the ass. I left out some of the cussing because I didn't think y'all wanted to hear that. But yeah, I mean, that's what you do when you fix things in an RV. You curse a little bit because things are a pain in the ass sometimes. But like I said, it's got to get done, and it has to get done correctly, because the first time that didn't work, the stench was awful. And I had to keep fixing the ball valve. And I told everybody in the family, hey, make sure that there's no gap down here. Put water in the bowl, and if the water goes down, you have to do this again and get it to seat right. Well, guess what? Nobody listens. So I'd come out in the morning and there'd be no water in here. And this bathroom stunk to high hell, like ammonia. I'm not talking urine, I'm talking ammonia. So people aren't going to listen. So just get it done, fix it right, and you'll be good. All right, thanks for watching.